on his parents to teach him some common sense. But when the parent talks so much nonsense, learn disobedience.
True that.
They make the child a stupidity from the time he's a young baby.
Yes.
And when he grow a little and start to run around the house, this is how they just talk to him. Ruben! Get up on him! Both sides! One play! You father ain't give me a blasted cent! Tomorrow I have to pay the damn rent! And you only wind up. Look, child, don't make me up. Look.
Poor child. Paying for what the father ain't doing. Lord have mercy. Does this happen today?
Check on them other people, how they train their children from small. When they take up a little infant, you wouldn't hear such nonsense at all. You could stop on the side and notice they never talk such damn stupidness. But they would flash a big smile without getting vile and talk to the child like this. Hello, young fellow.
How are you? What's your
name? Where's your daddy? But my people, tico. Yapping. Take the Polosh.
What is radio without some fun, man? You can't be serious. Nah.
I'm appealing to you, my people, to them kind of parents is whom I plead. Show your children some good example every day in thought, word, and deed.
True that.
They check in on your behavior.
Yeah.
And if they should follow your lead, it's another black hen chicken, a next common breed, to be the bread that the devil need. Not too kind. Mommy nice, I hungry. Mommy nice, I can for tea. Oh, punkanani. Oh, Rupert! Look, child, don't get me on the wrong side this morning. Rupert, I can't talk to you. Rupert, don't get me. Rupert, pass you, mother!
Wisa! You like? Yeah, she's on the line. Good morning, Drumsticks. Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Donald. Good morning, sir.
Oh, you, Kami, good morning.
Yes, good morning to Grenada, Carco, Pidgey, Martin, and the staff, and everybody who's listening. And we, on that station this morning, and to everybody all over the world. Oh, God, Mr. Donald, my heart. God, for these people in Ukraine, Lord Jesus, Mr. Donald, we have to pray for these people, sir. You know? The whole night I was watching the news. Yeah. Everything all right with you, sir?
I am okay, I believe, yeah. I'm all right.
I like that tune you played it.
You like that?
That Calypso man, I think that song is a true song. This is how a lot of us, excuse me, did to with children, and it's true. That's why did some of the young people rebel to their parents today, because that's how we speak to them. Of course. Some people doesn't like when I speak, you know. That's the truth. Yeah. Yes.
Warn up. What?
Yes, it's true. Good morning to Ambassador Smith. Good morning, darling. And Miss Keisha Grant.
Oh,
That's who I was trying to remember. Miss Keisha. That was my good girl.
Yeah, she's out of the loop, man. I haven't spoken to her. We've chatted
Grant,
a bit.
Listening, you're on your internet now, listening to what's going on in Grenada. Miss Kami and Mr. Donald saying good morning. We miss your voice.
All right.
You could give us a little update on what's going on with you wherever you is. And good morning to our beloved Prime Minister and Miss Yolande Bain and Mr. David and all the ministers of government and also the opposition. Good morning. I want to say something this morning, Mr. Donald.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't want no any people coming from me, though, please.
Hey, no, Cammy,
Not
you
hey, I
can't do
just
that.
telling you because you have some people, Mr. Donald, they're very disrespectful. You understand what I'm saying? They're very disrespectful. I want nobody coming from me, though, to tell me nothing about politics in Grenada. Because I live in Grenada, and I know what is going on in Grenada. So nobody can come to tell me nothing. Nobody can come and tell me to do this and do that. I will not be voting for the NDC party. Believe what I'm saying this morning. I rather punk stone. So I don't know who here that listen to the station, tell them Miss Kami, say none of y'all come in front of me like a business. Those people who come to buy, fine. But to tell me nothing about for change. I don't want no change in my life again. I'm happy where it is. Right?
Okay.
So are you getting message? Because I know all you are tuning, all you have on your phone, on the internet, and all you have all you hear what Miss Kami says. Do not come. They say they have opposition in Grenada, and they have leaders in NDC. I never see these people walking the tongue of St. George's. I don't see them passing on by a coconut by the road.
Maybe they didn't do it yet, Cammy.
But when they go do it,
I don't know.
I don't see all these people passing on by a Hannah Blog or Hannah Fig. So when they come in, and I warning these people of this country here, a lot of us going to sorry. Parents, speak to your children. Let your children know this NFP government that helped a lot of these children to get their money for bus to go to school. You don't have their mind, but let them know where to get help and getting help from. It's good to tell your children what is going on and who helping you. Let them know. I know I'll get a lot of bashing. It don't matter because I don't care what nobody in this country say about me. I know what I know this morning, Mr. Donald. I go pick up and put on my tree. And I know what people do for me. One of these days we have to sit down and chat and give you a good interview. It's like a testimony for Grenada. Because what I went through under this government that helped me. Miss Yolande, good morning. I see you. And GIS, you look so young and nice. I love you. I had to come and spend a little time with you in Grenville. You understand?
You inviting yourself out? You inviting yourself?
I invite myself and I welcome anytime. I welcome in that home anytime. I still go and sit in the veranda in Grand Brady. You understand? We as a people must remember the goodness of people and don't condemn people. You know, it hurts. Andre, it hurts to hear how some people will say things about people that are facts they don't know nothing about. Because I don't if you go around Grenada, Carol, Pity Matnik, and you see the work. If you see the work what this NNP government do for this country here, how you could stay in? They don't do nothing. I mean, you could say what they do and try to get somebody to come on your side. Say what they do for this country. Don't say they don't do nothing. Where we are living now was a track. A track. Brian used to juke me in the foot and I just get a little close spot and I come in here. Right now, people jogging inside of it, jogging, you know. And I'm on in here while they sweatsuit. Lawyers, all kind of people, teachers, walking in there watching to me and I say, look at that. There was a time nobody used to come in, only who had all the clothes here. And I just still had the guts, Grenadians. I don't go say if I already know. Get registered. Go and get registered. So you could exercise your vote, your right in this little country. Grenada is a nice place. Mr. Donald said I make $25, but I feel good. You know why I feel good?
No.
I went and I sell me 2 can of sweet and milk dash in and I sell her 2 water. I feel good, I feel great. You want to tell people hungry in Grenada? Where we hungry? Where we hungry the amount of food we have in this country here. You are telling people hungry and it's in trouble. Look at what's going on in Ukraine and in Russia and in other parts of the world. You have people that leave Africa and other parts of the world and they're in Grenada. Grenada is a paradise for these people. We don't accept what we have. You have people that don't want to leave this country. Lord have mercy on us in Grenada. Good morning, Grenada. Have a good day.
Kami, I'm having a banana.
Well, right.
If you
Right.
if you
Banana
online,
spoiling in my house.
if you online, you would see me having my banana.
I don't know about the line till you only when my son come.
I tell you that. I tell you that already, you know.
You only when my son come here, he set up the TV good and thing and or on the phone. But you know, as a old man, I don't know much about this technology thing. I understand the amount of food we have. You getting 3 cabbage for $5.80. $5.80, and you have some people that live in here that on the opposite side saying people hungry and they're suffering. Something wrong with the minds of these people.
Have a nice day, Kami. Gotta
You
run.
too, sir.
Okay, good.
Yolanda, I love you, darling.
All right.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye, love.
Bye.
It's real. It's 91.9. Where's drums? Can we have drums and then we get the weather? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. You know. Today, Brendan, good morning. Yeah, not Brandon. Brendan. My good little nephew. What's up, boss? You good? Addison Brown, Maxine Belfon, David Charles. Good morning to you guys. Okay, Allison, nice to know you're there. Stephen Francis, hey, that police? Yeah. Chrissy, good morning. Brendan, I feel really good to be called your best uncle. That's an honor, trust me. Okay, Miss Mitchell, good morning to you. Yes, Cami, let them know, listening from the US. Okay. Miss Mitchell, have a nice day. Venitris, Julius, Renard. And who? Sugar Babe, Beg. Well, good morning to you too. Michelle Barry. You saw me having my banana. Okay. Drums, tell me.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Come and cut me out.
Yeah, Cami, you the kid hungry, girl? Tell me.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. A reading from the Word of God, Psalm 18. I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. My God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my bullock on my hand, of my salvation and my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I save from my enemies. This is the end of the scripture reading.
And thank you so very much, my dear. Everything good?
Yes, for the time, everything all right.
All right. Well, I'm there. I'm okay.
I hear you.
All right, then.
Rita.
Take care of yourself now.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Right. Tamika Moses, what's up? So Shellen sent me a message this morning, and normally I'll catch this, but I didn't catch it. But as my good brother, he caught it. So I'm gonna do the weather, and when I do the weather, then I'll come back with it. Okay? It's time for us to join the Met Office. Representing them this morning, Jason Robertson. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning to you, Andrew, and good morning to our listeners of Real FM. Let's take a look at the weather for today, Thursday, the 24th day of February, 2022. At Point Shilling, it is fair. A gentle breeze is from the north-northeast at 7 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 13.2 millibars, which is normal and rising. Present temperature, 24.3 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity, 85%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31.1 degrees Celsius, and the minimum last night, 23.5 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, we had no rainfall at the airport. The total for the month remains at 10 millimeters. Now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with a possible isolated shower. increasing in cloudiness overnight with few brief to widely scattered showers. Today's maximum temperature should reach 31 degrees Celsius. Wind should be northeasterly to east-northeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Sea should be moderate with waves up to 6 feet in open waters. Tide is currently rising, will be high at 8:30 a.m. and low at 3 p.m. Sunset today 6:17, sunrise tomorrow 6:26. To repeat the forecast, the weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with a possible isolated shower, increasing in cloudiness overnight with few brief to widely scattered showers. From the Maurice Bishop International Airport, Jason Robertson reporting.
Thank you, Jay. Have a wonderful day. It's real. It's 91. Bernadette Abraham. Wow, girlfriend. I was about to say I haven't seen you for a long time, but I would have been telling a lie, Bernadette. I saw you in your green jersey the other day. I was passing by. Why I didn't stop? The brakes wasn't working properly. So when I think the brake, it didn't work. So that's why I didn't stop by you. True. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Bernadette. You know that. Okay. This other track done by a Calypso name called Killer. No, not the killer in Guav. This is just Killer. Listen to this, yeah? Listen carefully. Patsy, good morning. Bernadette, listen this one. I know you're gonna laugh.
Big trouble with a rooster that I had, and a parrot where I live at Faizabad. Big trouble with a rooster that I had, and a parrot where I live at Faizabad. Well, I never see that since I born. I had to stop giving me rooster corn. Did you say in the yard rooster kill he dead? And now we planning to capture me parrot head. But the parrot say be careful, be careful, be careful. How you're getting on when your belly full. For if you rush me as the duck, you go get your better. Because I'm sure that you'll never see a green fowl yet.
Be careful. After that parrot.
Every morning and evening where I live in, the neighbors complaining, Lord, sometimes about the pigeons or the little baby chickens just born. What a funny rooster. He ain't passing nothing so long as he's got feather. I stand up in the yard and watch till I fall. When he carry at the parrot ball, be careful, be careful, be careful. How you getting on when your belly full? For if you rush me as the duck, you go get your better. Because I'm sure that you never see a green fowl yet. Big trouble I had last week Saturday with a turkey that I brought from Garraway. We all know how this turkey's big and strong. Well, you should see how me rooster knock him down. A child in the yard crying out, Daddy, come and see how the rooster kill the turkey. The parrot upstairs, he watching everything. And when the bacchanal done, he start to laugh and sing. You fix up properly. Last time it was duck, this time it's turkey. But if you come at me, you go get your bet. Because I'm sure that you never see a green fowl yet.
You never see a green fowl yet. That is the parrot being stalked by the rooster. Yeah, man. Kaiso. How could a rooster stalk a parrot? You figure that out. Who's this? Good morning.
Good morning, Andre.
Yeah.
I want to hear a song from a scholar this morning. Know if you remember the song, Heroes 2. From Scholar. A long time I didn't hear that song. I want you to play that song for me, please. Heroes 2.
This morning?
Well, anytime?
No, this morning.
Yeah.
No, this morning. Maybe another morning.
Okay, then.
This morning, it's because I have BJ with me, then I'll be joined by another guest, and, So another morning, I will set you up because I don't play two already, right? You understand?
Yeah.
No stress, right?
Okay.
We good, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Once you good, we good. Take care of yourself. All right. One love. Yeah, good. Bertrand.
Morning, Andrew. Morning to the listening public. Cool, Andre. Warm and easy.
Okay. Good morning, Jenny Francis. She like Kaiso.
Oh.
Because the parrot tell the rooster, be careful. I know you're getting on your belly full. But I sure you'll never see a green fowl yet. Careful.
Andre, the thing about it is that, you know what is kind of strange?
What's that?
They don't make those calypso anymore.
Nah.
I'm not sure if the one of them have the ability to think like that anymore.
Okay. I have to take a phone call here, DJ. So you keep talking for a minute. Let me see how you're going to do that.
Big trouble I had last week Saturday with a turkey that I brought from Garraway. We all know how this turkey's big and strong. Well, you should see how me rooster knock him down. A child in the yard crying out, Daddy, come and see how the rooster kill the turkey. The parrot upstairs, he watching everything. And when the bacchanal done, he start to laugh and sing. You fix up properly. Last time it was duck, this time it's turkey. But if you come at me, you go get your bet. Because I'm sure that you never see a green fowl yet.
Okay, BJ, I just slip there and take
That's
that
okay,
phone call.
Andre.
So, how you doing, man?
I'm fine.
How you know that?
How you know that I'm fine?
How do you know that you're fine?
Well, if I don't know that, I want to know who's going to do that for me.
I don't know. It's just that I want to know how you know you're fine.
Because of the state of mind I'm in, Andre.
Oh, what state of mind are you in?
Very fine.
Come on, man. Okay, there you
Happy
go.
to have another day in my life, Andrew.
I heard your name being mentioned in some circles.
That's all right. Can always live with that. My name sometimes is not a representation of me.
Oh yeah, but your name was mentioned.
That's okay.
So I'm like, okay, your name mentioned my name, and people looking at me like,
Never knew you were part of the whole
yeah, you know,
scheme of things.
The scheme of
That's
things,
okay.
yeah. But it is what it is, you know. You
Yep.
deal with things. The important thing is that once the thing, whatever it is, has turned out to be good, one love.
That's okay.
Carry on. Because there will be people who are going to benefit, so fine, carry on.
Andrew, that's the problem most people have. There is a natural line in life named negation, which basically states that the old have to give way for the new. And it happens naturally.
Has to.
From the day you born, you start to dead. You understand? And one day, it's going to eventually click out. So, you just have to understand that it's always better to have smooth continuity rather than to have chaos and problems in order to make changes.
You just have smoothness.
Yes,
let
Andre,
it flow.
transition.
I believe in that. And you taught me that, eh?
Yeah, it needs to be smooth.
You have to, transition has to be smooth.
Yes.
You know, and you, one of the things that you taught me, BJ, is that, Andre, don't stress over it. If you can't change it, you can't change
That's
it. So are you going to stress over it?
There is something that called serenity, Andre. If you cannot change something, get down on your knees. Somebody might be able to help you. Or something might happen whereby, and if it works for you, then keep doing it. But I know there are a lot of things in life that people try to do it by themselves, and they just can't do it by themselves.
People say get down on your knees, and I don't believe that. Yeah?
Well,
I believe that you shouldn't go prostrate before God, which is lie down flat.
That's okay.
Yeah,
whichever.
None of this knee
You can
thing.
do it. That's just
You didn't recommend
just
that.
speaking.
That's them people, them
traditionally.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Man say come prostrate before you fall.
Yeah.
You know, you had to lie down. You had to realize that, I can't even look up there.
You could even do it when you're on your toilet, so that's okay.
But I don't know. Well, come on. You defecating, oh God.
Why not? He's everywhere.
How's the lettuce?
Good.
Okay, continuous.
Continuous, Andre. The problem with doing things on those large scale, Andre, is in market base. It's so small.
So small, yeah.
Yeah.
But you have continuous lettuce.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Cucumbers continuous, sir?
Cucumbers was during the experimental stage.
Okay.
Not continuous yet. But so far, so good. The experiment seems to be okay. So we're going to do it on a large scale now.
And the tomatoes?
Always plentiful.
Good market?
Relatively.
Relatively good, okay. So do you intend to expand those, it's hydroponics, right?
Yeah.
You intend to expand it?
Yeah, I intend to do about 7 acres.
Of hydroponics?
Hydroponics.
BJ go put everybody else out of business?
Well, we're struggling to feed ourselves in a way, Andre, and what tells me that is the price we seem to be paying for, vegetables and fruits. It's too exorbitant. It's too high. It's too expensive.
So what other crops would you be using the hydroponics for? 4420175 caller. Yeah.
Watermelon, cantaloupe, peppers, those sort of crops, Andre. Seasoning.
Bell peppers too?
Yeah.
So how are you going to do? Wait now. I don't even understand what's happening there now. BJ?
Yes?
Give me a moment. Everything is going kind of haywire this morning, eh? So let me just take a moment and see if I can get everything back the way it should be. This is real. This is 91. Stay with us.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
The Rotary Clubs in Grenada introduce the Good Neighbor Initiative, a program designed to assist individuals and families who require short-term assistance with electricity bill payment and the cost associated with rewiring of homes due to fires and natural disasters. If you or someone you know is in need of help, please visit our website at www.goodneighborinitiative.org. The Good Neighbor Initiative, helping individuals and families with short-term electricity bill payments and electrical wiring. One neighbor at a time.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Eminem Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eminem Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. Eminem Hardware.
The lion gets ready to roar. Boasting a proud record of delivery, the new National Party hosts its national convention this Sunday, February 27th. Determined to keep everyone safe and sound, the 2022 convention will be a semi-virtual affair with presentations and participation from different locations. It's the NNP 2022 convention this Sunday. The afternoon session will be broadcast live on the web, radio, and television from 2:30 p.m. Barbados's Prime Minister, Mia Mottley, will be a special guest and will deliver a special address. There will also be a special presentation from Grenada's international youth leader, Akeema Paul. And setting the tone for the way ahead, we will call on the dock. Listen for a landmark address by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. Moving forward with NNP, tested, trusted, and delivering.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it, and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price. And they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
The way how you train your children could make them intelligent. You could stop them from coming delinquent or violent. But some bound to come out stupid, dotish and ignorant. But listen how some of you parents just talk to your own infants. Do sugar pium, mommy nice side. Wat een want? Tunkas, tunkulung, tinka. Amikishu.
With the twists and turns of the morning, the time has brought us to 15 minutes before the 8 o'clock hour. BJ, what's the best crop to grow in Southern Swayze right now in liver? What's the best crop right now at this time of year with the weather conditions?
You mean without irrigation?
Yeah, nothing.
Probably nothing.
Okay, with irrigation?
Almost anything. Andre, water is life. If it doesn't have water,
Nothing.
sometimes it doesn't make economic sense doing a crop. Because water is necessary in order for the plant to manufacture food. And if it doesn't get enough water, it doesn't manufacture enough food.
There's a challenge that people like Carl and Caitlin had to move because the people have started a thing. Have you heard about that?
Yes, Andre.
So what do you think? Good news? Good news, but
Well,
still have a
that's
bad news for
okay.
some
It
people, right?
happens, Andre.
Yeah.
You doesn't have development without sacrifices.
Displacement.
You doesn't have those.
Yeah.
It comes with a price.
Okay. So, how many farmers do you know would have been displaced by that? Do you know?
No, I didn't
Top
keep
of
a
the
tab on those people down there, but they used to do a lot of watermelon and tomatoes and stuff, cantaloupe, and they used to have really good quality stuff. Very sweet.
What's the difference between a watermelon and a honeydew?
Well, they're two different, similar family, but two different crop.
So, honeydew, watermelon, cantaloupe.
They're all sort of a different,
same family.
similar family.
Okay. I'm waiting on my guest because I sent him the link, and for crying out loud, I don't know. But what's your take on what's happening with agriculture at this particular moment? Next week, I'm hoping to have our good friend, Minister of Agriculture. I'm hoping to have him next week on the program. Let's speak to, as the continuous work in agriculture and things taking place. What say you? What's happening? What are you hearing? What are the new things that you think farmers should be aware of?
In relation to?
In relation to agriculture generally.
Well, I think people are doing what's necessary. A lot of people are trying to get involved in, agriculture at a different level, at a higher level. Trying to use technology to, enhance the production. And I think the whole trend is good. However, Andre, over the last decade or so, the problem don't seems to be with production.
Consumption?
The problem has to do with marketing. Because there is no sense you have 2-3 substantial farmers or people who clear up 5 acres of land and try to get something done, and 2 years down the road they get despondent and you don't see them again. The farm just fall apart and it becomes bushy, and it's not sometimes a problem to do with production. Sometimes you have a problem to do with marketing. There is no sense in you going and invest a whole heap of money and produce stuff and you can't sell it. You're wasting labor, you're wasting time, you're wasting everything. You're wasting human resource.
Should we be starting to look outside of BJ, you think?
Well, not just outside of, Andre. I would like to see us plan it a little more intricately. For example, there is no sense everybody going and produce, say, tomatoes. And even if you reduce the price to $1 per pound, people still cannot consume it. That doesn't make no sense, Andre, because there are too many or too much. This don't make no sense. Sometimes, Andre, in the market can become so saturated that reducing the price doesn't increase consumption. People just don't want more. They have enough. So even though you reduce the price, it still doesn't changes the demand for the stuff.
So the question begs here, BJ, what do we turn to?
We turn to, for example, Andre, small processing units. For example, a man may do an acre of cassava. All right? If he leaves it in the field, that cassava will spoil. I mean, if you leave it over the period when it's past maturity, it will just deteriorate. That's the nature of the crop.
Yeah.
If you have a small processing unit, that same acre of cassava, all right, can be processed, turn into some other product. You will add value to it, and the shelf life can be for years if you store it properly. So even if you don't sell it now, Andre, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll lose the value of the thing. But when you're doing primary produce, you're involved in primary production, you're unable to do those because the shelf life for most of those things are limited. Therefore, we should structure our agriculture in such a way whereby you have small processing unit that can, expand and develop into something formidable, something that can generate income consistently, something that can employ people permanently. Those are the things that we need to get involved in. So it's not just the production of crops. It has to do with the marketing and how we process those things. For example, Andre, had we start that trend with nutmegs and other crops that we have on a large scale, it probably would have sent the message. It probably would have, people was beginning to feel that hang on, you can process things and really add value, and you can create job, and you can make more money, and your product can last longer and stuff like that. Those things don't last forever at its primary stage. How much of these things we buy on the shelf that make out of, say, cocoa, and they've been on the shelf for maybe 6, 8, 10, 12 months, a year in some cases, and it's okay because it's processed and packaged properly. So that's the direction I want to see our agriculture moving in, where people, let me give you an example. For example, they are trying to regularize the farms at Shambo.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. And I just don't like the pattern, the trend as to how we go about doing those things. Because, Andre, we leave it just like up to the farmers. I give you a piece of land or you have 2-3 acres, you go in and do what you want. Well, Andre, the same thing going to happen again. You're going to have an overproduction of certain crops, which doesn't make sense that the farmers cannot sell. If you structure it properly and you say, hang on, we designating this area here to do X because we have this small processing plant here that can take care of those crops. And farmers can sell those crops on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, and make money, Andre.
But then the question can be asked, BJ, who's responsible? Is it government or the private sector?
Not government, Andre. You couldn't just call on government to do everything. But the atmosphere, the policy, the plan, the guidance have to come from somewhere. Even the money too, because even the private sector need money in order to,
But the government should give them the money?
No, give.
I'm asking.
Make it available, Andre, in certain, like they've been doing. There are a lot of monies, Andre, in development bank and other places that people can tap into,
But then it can
I know it's kind of
it can be
tied,
said. No, it can be said that then farmers need to lift their game.
Yeah, but it has to be
start
done.
making, because there are these facilities available.
Yes.
So farmers need to do something. Say, okay, fine. I am producing carrots, and I really and truly, I'll put it this way, I'm doing cucumbers, and I really and truly, it's tough, but if I do pickle the cucumbers, I might be able to, or do market research, and then probably I can start doing pickled
Set up
cucumbers.
a small industry and make pickles and stuff.
Yeah, so...
Yes,
then it means the farmers have to lift their game.
Well, Andre, not just the farmers. It have to be done collectively. For example, how many farmers that are able to sit down and do a proper business plan in order to secure finances from lending institutions? How many? Andre, that's what I'm saying. The role of extension needs to change. Where you pass around and peep in somebody's farm and say, dig a drain so and do this here. Those are not what people expect from, extension officers in this time that we're living in, 2022. They should be sitting with the farmers and basically working out farm plans, Andre, management plan as to how to go about doing certain things. Not the agronomic practices. Most farmers know what to do, when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. But that facility is available.
Yes,
at GIDC.
Yes,
think.
Andre,
Yeah.
but when you go by GIDC, you have some men sit down in the office down there, and I'm sure they understand too much as to what it is going on, externally. And in some cases, those places are, and I'm not saying that's the case with GIDC, some of those institutional staff with the wrong people. And just sometimes, a man have an idea. The idea is good. He doesn't know how to put it on paper to come up with all the mathematical calculation as to, show if this thing is really lucrative, if it's viable. All right? He needs help. And sometimes when those people sit down, because they're technical and because, that's what they know, they use the technical terms to come up, all right, with the plan. And sometimes, Andrew, not all the time, it's important to have all the figures correct. But sometimes a business does survive based on the thriftiness of its owner, its manager, and that is what keeps the business going. The longer hours. How do you put those in a farm plan? Sometimes it's your gut feeling, Andre. Sometimes, yes, sometimes the things that look very risky are the things that does be successful sometimes. Another thing, those guys understand that, and sometimes you just kill big hopes, huge dreams by those technical terms, using those technical information to come up with your plan. People do get it wrong sometimes. Agriculture is risky business. Risky business. You have weather to deal with, you have pests to deal with, you have predator larceny to deal with, you have, a market to deal with. If you don't plan those things correctly, you are in trouble, You're gambling, you're whooping, you're hopeful. You cannot go about life in a hopeful way. You have to go about life in a practical way. You can't just hope and dream all the time. You have to live on ways and means sometime.
Somebody says we probably look like we babysitting the farmers. Farmers are not being...
No, not babysitting. I don't think so. I think we have to understand...
How do we need to educate them?
Well, yes, and the farmers themselves probably need to pay more attention to that. I'm not saying, Andre, there are certain things in your country whereby if you want people to get it done, you have to hold their hand. And don't tell me we farmers are that good that they don't need somebody to hold their hand. I don't believe that. Sometimes you have to hold somebody's hand in order to make them work properly. And when they work properly, you leave them alone.
Hold their hand so they can walk properly.
And when they can walk properly, you leave them alone.
But BJ, it's been years now, man.
Andre.
It's been years.
Andre.
When are we going to... Because you see,
I understand
we
that.
continue... Okay, here's what happens, We continue to put revenues. Government get grants.
Yeah.
Government takes money out of the consolidated funds. And year after year after year, there are facilities available at Development Bank, GIDC to get concessions and all these things like that. But the farmers seem to be waiting on the government to do something to get rid of, not negative get rid of, but to consume the fruits and vegetables that they're growing. No one is looking and saying, hold on, maybe I can do this. And then instead of having to plant the cassava, I can make myself into someone who does something with the cassava. For instance, BJ, like the young lady who is who does the
flour.
The flour. I don't. We're not seeing our farmers. We're not seeing them thinking outside of going in the land and producing. So we need another set of people. We need some producers.
Yes, some producers, Andre, and we need some people with keen eyes. Some things like, thing like that, Andre, Aren't you think that somebody should be scrutinizing that operation to see how it can be expanded? Because it might be beneficial to the entire country. You have, how them call it, private-public partner relationship with which government can get involved in now. And in some cases, probably that's what may have to happen. You identify certain projects and, you probably work collectively together with the people who are involved, the other parties, and government and private people can, get certain things going. The government can pull out themselves after when it's functional and it makes sense. Because, once government name involved, people start playing around. And that's the traditional pattern.
I just wish that we can do different, because what I'm seeing is is that year after year after year we keep the money's out there.
Well, Andre, how they teach us? They teach you to save the little money that you have in the bank. In the school, they have this little. Nobody teaches you to invest. It's something that you have to educate people about,
But yeah,
people don't just sit down. Why people? Yes, yeah, and hold their hands and sometimes get them involved in those things. And you can't blame people for that. You take your money and go and invest it in certain things, and when you think you'll be making back money, you don't make back no money. You're losing money. You're wasting your time. It has to be done properly.
So there's a need for the farmers to understand that they are business people.
They have to be in business people. A lot of serious, successful agricultural business, Andre, they would have a production side, a processing side, together with the primary, operation. Like people who make grow the peanut. They probably, cook it, patch it, whatever, put it in bags and, sell it. Because, if you leave it there in the barn, it's going to spoil. And so we have to take into consideration that the way people eat these days, and the world is a dynamic place, it's ever changing. People eat on the run these days, people grab things and move. Some people have to make time to eat, because they're that busy. And some people want pre-cooked food, because they don't have no time to cook. So you have to take all of those into consideration, that the world is ever changing. And let me give you an example, brethren. Say plantains. By now, Andre, we should be, have plantain chips or something that we can do with plantains that can compete with most of the things that come out abroad. But you still have people, fry the little thing and, like a cottage thing inside the house. They put it in some clear plastic bag and they go out on the street. And, if 2-3 days pass and you don't use it, it start to go bad because the air get rancid and stuff like that. No. You need to take a scientific approach to dealing with those. You have the produce chemist lab. There should be, you should have a whole list, a whole list of formulas that people can go inside a day and search and inquire about. That if you want to do certain things, you can use those as a template, Andre. Experiment costs a lot of money,
People with money, BG, are not necessarily the most educated people in the world, What happens is that they have vision,
yes,
and they have great initiatives.
Well, what them say, efficiency is using minimal resources to get maximum output.
So we need to change the new breed of farmers. They need to do some start thinking differently. Everything is available to them, BJ. I put it this way. Everything is available at GIDC. They can go and get their business plan done, everything, and then finish with that business plan. They can just do some walk into town and walk into the Grenada Development Bank where there's money available, hand in their business plan, sit and say, okay, fine, let's work this thing.
Yeah. The problem is that by the time you finish doing some of those take you 9 months to a year.
How that can take you 9 months to
And
stop it,
just
BJ?
the way we function here. Things that can take 9 hours, it's taking us 9 months. And you can't tell me no.
So you flip it back now on the system.
Would the system need to change too?
That is sad.
And if you don't have the human resources changing, then the system cannot change. Human resource that's responsible for the system. They're inseparable.
I don't know. It's just that I'm looking and I'm thinking.
I know you're frustrated, and I am too.
I am frustrated.
I am
because,
frustrated.
You know, it's been years I've been here and talking to farmers, and it's like, you know, outside of the minute amount who probably would have made a change based on what they would have heard us say over all these years, BJ, we're not seeing that sort of a improvement on a broader scale.
Yes. Well, you can't blame people for have a reluctance in order to, you know, get involved in those kind of venture. Angela, let me give you an example. Say cocoa. We have chocolate factory everywhere in Grenada. But the farmers, the price they get remain the same. And in some cases, it get less and less. No, you can't. That don't make no sense. The reason why you're creating the factory is that people can sell the stuff and get better price for it. What sense does you creating those things and all of a sudden you produce a whole heap of stuff, and when you're selling it, you get the same price or you're getting less? Not making no sense.
I'm stumped.
Andre,
because for instance, the young lady who makes the flour, BJ, she's coming through. It seems that she's happy and it seems that she's coming through. There's another young lady and her husband who's doing some farming close to the Progress Park area. I'm sure you would. Her name just slipped me, but herself and her husband, they do farming there. As a matter of fact, she left what can be considered a very well-paying job and went into agriculture.
Jillian?
Could be, yeah.
Douglas.
Right, yeah. And yes, BJ, but how could these people do it? How could Jalen do it, if that's her name? And how could the flower lady, how could they do it? And the others can't do it. Something's wrong, man. And you can't tell me. Do you understand that every time everybody goes to GIDC, they take 9 months to write a proposal?
Not every time.
No,
that's not true.
It. Right, so something must be wrong. We need to do so and literally fan the fire under the posterior of the farmers.
That's okay.
Get up.
And not just them alone, everyone. And the farmers cannot do it by themselves. In the ministry, say where agriculture, they used to have a marketing department, I think, somebody responsible for that. And one guy named Lindsay used to be responsible for that once upon a time. I don't know if he's still there. But Andre, if you ask those very said people what happened with marketing board, they can't even tell you. So sometimes we create position so that we can get the job done easier and more efficiently. And some of those positions just become redundant. They just become like sleeping dog. They're not achieving the objective.
Oh, no.
I know, Andre, I know the frustration, and I could understand it.
Frustrated.
You understand?
Somebody's saying, and I'm reading this because I want you to reply because I know that it is different, and I'm going to read it. Let BJ know all the money he's sitting on. Why don't he invest some in some of the ideas he's talking about?
Andre, if I had money, I wouldn't be sitting here this morning. Yeah. Believe you me, maybe they're close to Ukraine or somewhere other side,
What are you going to do in Ukraine yourself?
Observing.
You're going to fight?
Just observing.
Oh, okay.
Andre, what's really wrong with you? Andre.
I just don't
Grenadians have a reluctance.
I just don't believe. And Gregory Boyne, and I keep saying this, Gregory Boyne in his first presentation for the budget, first time up, he gave the idea. And he said, hey, people,
look outside.
People, look north. There are avenues out there where we can be selling our produce. He said that. And BJ, he was not wrong.
Nope.
But this is like, what? This is 2 years since his first budget presentation?
Yes.
And I am not seeing, neither am I hearing of one person who does say, okay, fine, let me look and see what's happening up there. And let me look and see if I can do so and have a container rolling out, what, every week, every 2 weeks, whatever. We say nothing. And then we sit back and we say, oh, government of Grenada, the government need to do this and the government need to do that.
I'm blaming government for anything. I'm not blaming the farmers for anything.
So who you blaming?
I'm blaming the system.
But the system is run by people.
Okay, so if the system is run by people, then let's put the blame on everyone.
No, man. I believe that the farmers need to be more proactive. You cannot be doing so. And you just sit there, call I'm coming to you. You can't be just doing that and you just sit there and you're saying, well, I plant me yam and it go sell.
Can't think
No. And then, oh man, let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald, and good morning, Mr. PJ.
Morning, boss.
Roland Bowler. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Andre.
If you can turn that one down in the background, then we'll be good to go. Yeah.
That's the laptop. I'm trying to take care of that now. I don't know what's happening with that. I'm seeing DJ as clear as I could ever see.
You're seeing him?
Yeah.
And
on my
okay.
laptop.
And you seeing my hands now waving you?
Yeah.
So how come I'm not seeing you?
I don't know.
Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, so knowing it's you that has to be there, let's do this. Let's do it this way. Stay on the phone right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now bar the phone and talk to me via the computer. Let me see what happens.
Okay, so put up the phone now and talk to you via the computer.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yes, Mr. O'Donnell.
Yeah, I'm here. You there?
I'm very much alive and there.
But I'm not seeing you, Bridget.
But I
I'm
don't
hearing
know
you. What's that?
Are you seeing me now?
Nope.
But I turned my camera on. I don't know what's happening. My name is up on the screen.
Yes, your name is there. I can tell you that. I can tell you that much, that your name is there. That's all I can tell you. I can't tell you anything else.
I don't know what's wrong with the camera, but I turned it on. I did everything it said to do.
Yeah,
if I touch it now again, it goes off. There's a red line across it. It says start cam. I go back and I press it. It's open up now.
Man, I don't know, but we can talk. People know it's you. They're hearing you, I guess. So we can talk. So. Good morning, Mr. Roland Bowler, General Secretary of the New National Party, which is ably led by Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell. How are you doing?
I am very well, thanks. And I can say for the moment enjoying the life that I have.
Okay, good. Now, why I wanted to talk to you for a bit this morning, Mr. Bowler, is that your party, NNP, you guys have your convention, general convention, coming this Sunday. All right?
That's true.
Okay, good. Now, first question. Where is your convention going to take place?
A number of places, Andrew. We're doing what we refer to as a hybrid, a semi-formal. The fact that we're still very much in a pandemic and there's still limitation on crowd numbers and so, it would be extremely difficult for the New National Party to bring all of its delegates and observers in one location. So there are several locations. For example, the St. Patrick's West and East constituencies will meet. The delegates and observers will gather at the McDonald's College. The St. John's and St. Mark's constituency will both gather at the St. Mark's Secondary School. St. George Northeast and Northwest constituencies at the Uphill Secondary School. Down at the Trade Center, we'll have the Tongue of St. George, the South St. George Southeast, which is Gregory Bowing's constituency there, and that will be the headquarters from where political leader, general secretary, chairperson, and so will associate. You have the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary, yes, SAS as we call it, your former school, Andre, having Southeast and Southwest St. Andrew, and the Parkland Government School for Northeast and Northwest St. Andrew.
Okay, so it's a multiplicity of location. What about St.
Location.
David's? Did you call that? Did you call St.
No,
David's?
well, St. David, yes, Madam Chef, and Carrick-on, Petit Martinique. Yeah, I didn't call everyone. I was just giving an example. Carrick-on, Petit
Oh,
Martinique
okay.
would be in
But St. David's would have theirs, I guess, in St. David's.
Yes.
And Carriacou and PD Martinique, of course. Would the folks from PD Martinique be moving to Carriacou, or will
Yes,
they be?
yes, the
they'll be
delegates
moving
and
to Carriacou?
observers, they would be moving into Carriacou.
Okay, now, what can one expect coming from coming out of your convention?
Okay. As most of us would know, generally, our convention on the day has two parts. You have the morning session, which is really the business part of the party. It's not opened up to the public. It's basically the delegates and some observers, if you have observers at that time, giving in the reports. So constituencies would report on activities, political activities mainly, that has been happening within their own constituency, within the polling divisions, what they have been doing, what they need to continue to do, and so forth. Then you would have reports from the various arms of the party, the women's arm, the youth arm, and so PR. There would be a report financially where the party stands, what is happening with it, and of course the general secretary's report, which will encompass in part some of what is being done at the constituency level, what the central office itself has been doing, the work plan that we have had in the last year or so. In our case, it would be the last 2 years because we did not have a convention last year due to the pandemic, and kind of setting the tone for the work for the year that we are presently in. And you also would have the election of officers for the national executive during the morning session as well. You then break for lunch, and in Sunday's case, we'd break about 1 o'clock. Rejoin about 2:30 when we would have the speeches, which is what we refer to more as the open session. When all the radio stations that has been contacted would join us live, you would go live on the various platforms. The media would be invited if they wish to come. And you will have the speeches in the afternoon part. I can tell you who will make speeches this year. So we'll begin with a speech from the Minister of Youth, that's Honorable Kate Lewis, in which she would speak about youth development, growth activities, what the party has been involved in with young people, and of course, talk a bit about education and what the government has been doing to ensure that the young people get the educational opportunities and other opportunities that are available. That will be followed by a speech by Miss Akeema Paul Lambert, who is native of St. Mark's. She's coming in, I think, maybe tomorrow sometime, if not today. And she would be speaking of her experience as a young person coming from a rural part of the country, the challenges she had had and what she has done for herself, and what assistance was given to bring her now to the present position that she is in life, and to sort of encourage our young people and to let them know that even if it's a little darkened, it's not a loss, but if they're prepared to take initiative, to compromise on some of the things they're doing, to face the challenges head on, they too can be as successful as she is, or even surpass her. When she's completed with that, we then bring in the featured speaker for the evening, who is in the person of Barbadian Prime Minister Mia Mottley. And she would concentrate more on regionalism, of course, fitting in the Grenadian context into it, the challenges that we have at the moment, COVID-19, the economic fallout, what are the best practices at this time, how can the region together put the uniqueness together, the best practices together, the advantages that they have at this time to ensure that not just their country but the whole region survives. And may in some instances highlight the role that Dr. Mitchell as chairman of CARICOM is playing at this time, very challenging time for the region and for Grenada, like most others. And the afternoon speeches will be would say
punctuated.
yeah, maybe that's the better word.
Punctuated.
Punctuated by what we believe would be a very well delivered or well prepared speech by our own political leader, zeroing in on the present political situation in Grenada, maybe to his party colleagues and followers, letting them know what the position is presently from a political standpoint and what's the plan going forward. And some people are predicting that there may be bigger announcements. I don't know what that will be, if there will be. I'm just telling you what is in circulation on the ground at the moment.
Mr. Bowler, then the first question I have for you coming out of all of this, is there a theme for your convention?
Of course. And
what is the theme
for our convention is NNP tested, trusted, and delivering.
Tested,
trusted, and delivering.
Okay, tested, trusted, and delivering. What, as General Secretary, what would you say is the mood of your supporters at this particular point in time? Because you must get a feel being General Secretary. What are you feeling from supporters across the island? Or the state, I may add, because the island would be just Grenada, the state will encompass the other two.
Jericho and Peter Martin. I would say at this time, still a little mixed. There are quite a number of people that are energized. They're ready. You go around. The last 2 weeks I've been in Carriacou for about 6 days. The week before, 3 days. Last week, another 3 days. And I got a feel from going around. I'm, in most places in Grenada. And you come across some people that are saying to you, oh, the time is now. Tell the doctor, call the thing. We're ready. And then you meet some others that are a little bit more somber. They're telling you, look, we're positive, but we think we still have a bit of work to do. So you have to take them both. You have to put it in that melting pot. You have to mix it because politics is a mixture of so many different things, Andre. I mean, you may have some ideas. You've been around and been in the media for long enough to understand that. And if you just listen to what 1% or a reasonable percentage of your population is saying, and you neglect the voices of others, and you take decisions only based on the loudest voices, you can find yourself in serious trouble. So you have to consider all voices, all that people are saying, and then sit in what we sometimes call the engine room or the hot room, and divulge from all of the noises that are out there. What is the real message people are sending to you? And I believe the message to us now, it's a good one. We appear to be very good, but you must have empirical data to back up feelings. It's not just about the noise in the market sometimes. Yes, you listen to the noise, you make a judgment based on it, but then you need the empirical data to see whether that matches the noise that you're hearing. And that will bring you to the place where you can make much more prudent decision as to where you go and what you do.
Would you agree with this statement that I'm going to make, Mr. Bowler? And the statement is, Kate Lewis has been chosen because of her youthfulness.
Partially true, yes. Maybe 70% true, her youthfulness. But more importantly, or added to that, is the fact that the Ministry of Youth have been doing quite a bit. And in some instances and in some ways, maybe not advertising or putting out to the public in the manner in which it should much of what they are doing and the effects positively so on young people. That is also coined in with the narrative that is out there that the NNP is a party of age, men and women, people who should not be in the political arena still. And that narrative is coming from our opponents. And you have to sort of respond, not in a combative or confrontational way, but by showing what you have actually done and what still is left to be done, and how you have performed and produced and have always had young people and youthful activity front and center in your business. So you
So
have that
Mr.
for it.
So, Mr. Bowler, then Maya Motley or Mia Motley has been chosen because of her success then and more importantly now.
That was considered, but it's not the only thing.
Okay.
The history with Grenada and Barbados goes back a long way. The history with the two political parties has gone into a long way. But even more importantly, the history between Dr. Mitchell and Mia and the party that Mia leads has gone back a long, 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 long way. They have had, and we have had associations. So you normally would look to your friends when you have an event as big as a convention. And when you have a convention at a period when an election is looming somewhere around the corner, as we know, constitutionally, our election must be held by June 2023, yes? No later than that. So all of those was considered in determining who you bring in as a guest speaker at the convention.
So then it is proper for me to ask you, we spoke about Kate, we spoke about Motley. We know Dr. Mitchell has to address us because he is the political leader. Where does Akeema Paul fit in?
Again, Akeema is a long-standing member of the New National Party. Has her party membership, pays her dues. And somewhere along the line, some interest was expressed in one day she coming back home and probably getting fully involved in the electoral process in the form as a candidate. Added to that, our dear representative, Dr. Clarice Mothers Coing, has said to us at the party level, at the leadership level of the party, I've been around for a while. I've served my people. I've done my best to bring them the services that they need. Yes, there's still a lot to do. But I am at the stage now where whenever someone expresses interest and is willing and has met the criteria that the party has set, I'm willing to step aside. There is there's sight or there's looking towards Miss Paul Lambert, who has expressed interest some time ago. And we say one day in politics is a long time. Don't know what her mind will be one day from now, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year from now. So in some ways, it is a way of introducing her, if I can use that word. Maybe it's not the correct way to say it, but giving her a feel what it is like to be among party folks. Remember, she's been out of state for quite a while. But
one of the things that you did do for me this morning, Mr. Buller, is that you did indicate that Andre, you've been a journalist for quite a long time.
Yes, and so I know that.
I'm sure you will not be outwardly unhappy for me to ask these questions. Are you saying to me that we are at the point where we are looking for, when I say we, the New National Party is looking for a candidate for the St. Mark constituency? Is Clarice giving it up? Because that's based on what you've just said.
Yeah. And I understand that because you was asking why Akeema Paul, where does she fit in? No, I am not saying that this election or the next one, I don't know. All I'm saying is that Dr. Modest herself has expressed that desire whenever a person comes in. So whether Ms. Paul Lambert is going to say to the party and to those who she needs to speak to, I am ready for this round whenever it comes around, or I'll be ready for the next round, I don't know. But I'm saying there is, whenever we can find someone, and she is a person of interest, that Dr. Modest is not going to be pushed out, or she's not ready to run away, but she's prepared once there's younger blood coming in to give way. I can't say when that will be, whether it is the upcoming election or futuristically. Are you still there, Mr. Donald?
Yes, I always wondered why Keith Claudius Mitchell insisted that you be general secretary, and I'm finding it today. Very, very politically correct, Mr. Bowler. I don't think that anybody else could have answered that question better. And if I was to continue pushing, then I'll be lumped into all those other journalists kind of thing, and I don't like that. You've answered the best way you can at this time.
That's what I always aim to do.
Yes, but I hope when you find and you get that information, that you will find Real FM first to let us know officially that Clarice Modest has given it up and decided to step aside, remove herself, and have somebody else carry the torch of the NNP in the St. Mark constituency. And to me, it looks like Paul Lambert or Lambert Paul. Yeah, Paul Lambert. Yeah,
Paul Lambert. I think that's how it should be.
That's it. Yeah, Paul Lambert.
Yeah.
It looks like her. I mean, they say if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. Mr. Bowler, it can't be a hippopotamus. It had to be a duck.
I hear you with that, but that still does not put me in a position of knowing whether it's now or later. Like I said, and that's a fact, she has expressed interest, and the present holder of the position has also expressed, look, I have no difficulty when that time comes, whoever it may be, and it doesn't mean it has to be Paul Lambert. If someone else fitting the criteria, prepared to do the work, ready to make the sacrifice on behalf of the people of Grenada, comes forward, and it is the right time, I honestly believe Dr. Modest will feel the same way. But for now, that's just the information that is available, and the when we will know as time progresses.
Final question for you this morning, Mr. Bowler. Do you vision any changes in the executive?
It's hard to say now, because the way in which
not even you.
No, because
okay.
It's always a very open process. Yes, in terms of voting, the delegates are free to nominate and to elect who they wish. Every single position every year that we have a convention is up for election. There are some parties throughout the region and probably even locally that would have elections, say, for other positions, but for the leader, it may be biannually or every 3 years, because they want to give the leadership of the party a certain term to run before they are changed. It's a little different. The constitution of the New National Party puts up every position, chairman, political leader, general secretary, every position that exists, floor member, every year. So that freedom is there. I notice, and I just want to mention it, not because I'm meddling too much, but just to show the difference or to differentiate. I noticed that when the National Democratic Congress convention was looming, there was a lot of what is referred to as campaigning. Even on Facebook, people were campaigning for positions, and that's their right. If that's their system and their style, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that is how they do it. And I learned of committees being set up to speak to different people and to ask them to apply for a certain position and others don't apply for that position. Let's give this one the support to go to get to that position. We don't do those things. As long as you are a member, full-fledged member, you have paid up your dues, and so you have that freedom to come to the convention. If you are a delegate, so the observers cannot participate in the electoral process, but they are there to observe and see how things are happening and can make their comments as to what they like or dislike. But the delegates, and how do you what is the makeup of delegates? It will be 2 persons representing every polling division from a constituency and 5 people representing the constituency branch. So if you have 10 polling divisions, that would mean 20 people from the polling divisions plus 5 from the constituency branch. If you have 8 polling divisions, 16 plus 5. So it's always the amount of polling divisions times 2 plus 5 would make up the delegates. And these are the people that will determine who they would like to see at the helm as political leader, as chairman, as general secretary. So it's very difficult to say beforehand who may end up in any of those positions.
But anybody can offer themselves. Am I financially viable, Mr. Bola? Do you know?
Well, that I would not know offhand, but it's easy to check. All I need to do is one phone call. We have one lady at the office that is dedicated to uploading the information on our system. So by the touch of a key and going into your constituency, she can be able to say if Andre Donald is financially up to date, if he has paid.
If BJ is, do you know if BJ too? We'll have to check.
I don't want to call BJ name, but I think he is, because I remember.
Hold on. You know what BJ, bro, and you don't know about me. That guy's a slap in the face.
I happened to be at the office when he was present in front of the lady, and he was handing a dollar. So I presume that he was paying up his dues at the beginning of the year.
And
which is what I normally do. I go because it's like $5 a month, $60 for the year. So I go in January as long as I have that cash, and I just pay, so you don't have to bother me for the rest of the year. Some people choose to pay $5.
I find you against me.
Not at all.
I find so. I thought we was real brethren, and you against me.
We are, and the fact that I will not tell you just what you want to hear. But what I know, it should let you know that we are real brethren. When you have men telling you what you would like to hear, or they're just looking for friendship, they're not your brethren.
Hey, but back to the business, Mr. Bola. As you said, there are various media platforms where, when it comes to the afternoon session, that persons, both members of the NNP and supporters and others can view on the general public, can view on different platforms or listen on different platforms. You promise that will happen on Sunday, correct?
On Sunday, yes, it will.
Final word to those who will be attending, because as you started by saying that COVID is still a thing, it is not a thing of the past. We are still going through stages. There are people who are going to be congregating at different locations across the island. What's, as General Secretary, probably the strongest man in the party, what say you to these people in relation to COVID, Roland?
Well, I think you've said part of what I need to say. COVID is real, and it appears from all the reports we're hearing internationally and otherwise that it's here to stay. Whether it's forever or for a long period, but it will be around with us. We need to take all the necessary precautions. There are a lot of confusing things in the news these days where in some places they say, well, you don't have to wear a mask again. It is mandatory in certain areas, not in other areas. I just want to say to our people, both those who are members of the party and will be attending the function on Sunday, and to Grenadians at large, we know ourselves. We know our underlying conditions. We know the kind of family structure we're into, whether we have seniors or little children there. Most of us know whether we took vaccines or not, and we still encourage people to get vaccinated. It's not going to prevent you from catching the virus, but it's going to give you a fighting chance, a better chance. Your body immune system would become much more robust to take care of it. We advise all attendees to the function on Sunday to wear a mask. We have set up the areas and asked that the areas be set up in such a way that people would at least have some physical distance from each other in the way they sit. So we're not looking for overcrowded areas, and that's why we have all of those centers, of those areas where people can go. We tell people to continue to wash your hands, sanitize. If you have any flu-like symptom, you're not sure what it is, you were selected as a delegate, it is not too late to say to the person who is coordinating from your constituency, look, I don't feel too well. I'm not sure what I have. I haven't had a chance to test, but I'm coughing, I'm sneezing, I have flu-like symptoms. So maybe I should sit it out and listen to the radio in the afternoon. I know that there are several stations, including Real FM, which is a popular and favorite one. So sit it out, stay home. We would all like to be there, but the circumstances now would not allow all of us to be there. We're not having a massive rally as we would normally do, especially thinking that this may well be the final convention before general elections. We would have liked to have a massive rally where we bring out our people, show our support, show our solidarity one to another. But we are foregoing all of that because we want to make sure at the end of the day, there's still lives being saved and we can find the best way to save livelihoods as well. So I encourage you to come out if you can, if you're invited, if there's space for you, please do. Wear your mask, listen to the radio. You would still get all of the speeches from 2:30 on Sunday afternoon.
You said final elections before election. Can I hold you to that, sir?
I said maybe.
Oh, you said maybe.
Remember that came before.
I didn't hear that.
Well, let
part.
me put it in capital letters for you. This may be the final. I don't know. What if the gentleman who has the belly in his pocket, and some people don't like to hear that. When the man talk about the belly in his pocket, they say that is not good for democracy. Seem to have forgotten that the same man who says he has the belly in his pocket gave an opportunity to us Grenadians to vote for a fixed date for election, so that every one of us would know when the date is. And whether he was part or the party that he's leading now said to people, vote no. And when people voted no, they say they won. Now you're complaining that one man has too much power in our democracy. I'm saying if that man decides to go in up until June of 2023, which is the deadline, we may well see another convention before election.
So it's maybe. Okay. I just I'll never stop at an opportunity, Roland.
Well, you go at everyone you get, brother. You and BJ was talking about opportunities earlier on. And that's what it is, you know? You see it, you go for it. And I mean, when you go in, you had to go hard, eh?
Yeah.
Go hard, Andre.
But I ain't fighting with you this morning.
No, not fight. I'm just saying about opportunities. Some of us, we go and we frighten. The government say, look, we have up to $40,000 for you as a small business developer, as a farmer. And so, and some people go and say, oh, give me a 10 or give me a 5. I'm not sure I could fit. Plan big, go big, you know? So,
go big or go home, man.
Or go home.
Yeah.
Andre.
Hold on, Mr. Bowler. BJ wants to say something?
No problem. I just want to tell you, Andre, that Mr. Bowler forgot to mention, even at the convention, you can get a party taking a decision to increase the party dues. So it's in your interest to prepaid. People like me would pay for 2-3 years just in case the party decide to increase the dues already paid. So you should be doing the same. So you wouldn't be asking those questions there.
I like that, BJ, but sometimes when the party make when laws are being made, there's something that they call it to make it retroactive. I'm just going to explain what that means to him.
I ain't explaining nothing. He against me too. Bowler, thank you so very much for the morning, my friend.
You're welcome. You take care and continue doing that job as good as you always does. You know.
And fix that computer.
I think the problem is yours. My computer is saying to me here, you are in the show. Everyone
can you are. You are in the show. That's what...
But here, listen, everyone can see and hear you, you know. So I don't know how come you can't see me. I don't know. That's what the computer is saying to me.
Yeah, well, your computer tricking you. You lying.
Yeah, probably.
Take care, sir, man. One love.
Be good. Thanks again. All right, BJ, have a good one.
Yeah, morning, man.
Hey,
take care, boss.
You, boy. I didn't get a chance to tell you before. And to invite you, if you would take my invitation, Saraka is on Friday, La Poterie Saraka. Yes?
That's maybe a little bit too many people. I kind of shy away from the cause. Not that I wouldn't try to make it.
Yes.
But I sort of hold on. Depradine, Cleveroy Depradine has a question for you. I must give it to you. You ready?
Yes.
Outside of Honorable Nicholas Steele, who will not be contesting, can we expect all others to be likely candidates? That's what he wants to know.
Let me see.
Mr. Bolson is not contesting.
Mr.
We
Bolson
know
is
that.
not contesting too. He's a present representative, and he has made that clear.
So,
Nicolas, yes, I think, and then we had Northeast
Tobias. Yeah, but Tobias left. Tobias left. So that's like about three.
Now, yes, we
Only
can
three.
expect, but that doesn't mean there cannot be changes as time goes by. Remember, I said very early, a day is a long time in politics. Within the next 24 hours, things can change for the better or for the worse for any one of us. And that can effect change or cause change to happen. But as it is now, as we speak, yes, with the exception of those that we mentioned, everyone else is expected to go forward.
All right. One love, bro. Take care.
Good. Take care too. Bye-bye.
All right. Good. Bye-bye.
It's only a disguise.
You got to be careful, BJ. Tell me. I know you.
Andre, we just hear the voice of the very capable Mr. Roland Bola, General Secretary of the New National Party. Having worked with Mr. Bola over the last few years, I must say and commend Mr. Bola's ability and the sacrifice he has been making and continue to make for the New National Party. He is a very, very, very capable individual when it comes to party activities and party affairs, managing the New National Party, so to speak. He is very, very, very good at it.
We've got a caller. Good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning to Mr. BJ and the rest of Grenada. First of all, Mr. Andre, the jersey you have for me, could you give it to the young man from Guav? DJ, you call him?
There are two young men from Guelph here, you know.
The one that was supposed to carry the thing for me.
Okay, yeah. I'll try to remember today to give it to him.
Okay.
But if he doesn't bring it, it doesn't mean that you didn't get it, just that I forgot to give it to him, right?
If he didn't bring it?
If you didn't bring it today, it doesn't mean that you will not get it, yeah? It's just that maybe I forgot to give it to you. But I'll try my best to remember.
Okay. Secondly, Mr. BJ was very, very, very valuable contribution there in terms of agriculture and the way forward. And I think 90% and 99% of what he said is all right. If we remember when we were shipping banana was what we shorten of a crop and sorting of what the market going to be. Every week they give the banana report for cutting. They will tell you what the price is. Farmers alluded to that, and all the estates in Grenada was shipping bananas. So the farmers were sorting the price in and more or less sorting of how much banana they would have shipped within a fortnight or a week, when it was a week and when it was a fortnight. So the way forward is planning within the farmers. If you remember, in Grenville we had a coffee plant where that lady house is now there, and then it was moved to Telescope, right, where we used to produce coffee and grind the coffee and ship it away. They did that even in Douglaston. If you notice, again, Douglaston was the first place that nutmeg oil was made in Grenada, right? I can't remember the man who married a woman from Bob. You could do some research on that. Made nutmeg oil in Grenada. And then we start making nutmeg oil in Mali. And I don't know what happened to the plant there. I understand that persons wanted the plant to buy and it wasn't sold to them and whatnot. Then Mr. Webb made nutmeg oil. And at that time, Mr. Webb was complaining that he could not have got nutmegs to make nutmeg oil. And there was a big bacchanal between Mr. Webb and the Nutmeg Association for the raw produce, which we call the cassette test. You know, Mr. Webb was using the cassette, to make oil, to extract oil. So you are totally right with Mr. BJ. There is a lot of room for development in agriculture. The most grapefruit that I've seen in my life is in Pleasant Estate, Postal Place. And I know at a time in Douglaston, we used to sell orange to pay the police, and we had over 100 people working at that time in Douglaston. So there is prosperity in agriculture if it is properly handled. And I think the farmer alone cannot do it. You need the farmer with the businessman to come up with strategy to manage that. And Grenada can be a place with agriculture going forward. There is a lot of room for development. There is a lot. There are some farmers that are greedy. They want to plant while they plant for themselves and sell it for themselves because that's the thing. But if we have cooperative, proper managed cooperative, not the so-called cooperative, not where two farmers want to pick out and do things, like something like what Mr. Cloud and them have. You want proper cooperative, and I think agriculture could take a take off in Grenada.
All right.
That is why I told you that I have something to tell the Minister of Agriculture. We had already spoken, but I tried to get him and I can't get him. There is prosperity in agriculture, but it has to be properly managed. Thank you.
All right, good. One love. 8:52 our time. Police should be here at 9 o'clock this morning. The Western Division. Yeah. Yeah, you were going to say something. Say it.
No, you just mentioned police. Would like to commend the police for all the hard work they've been doing, Andre.
Damn, as you said that, it's a good. It's brilliant that you said you commend the police.
Yeah, man, we are really good policemen here.
A couple of nights ago, I think it was a Friday night actually. I was home and I heard the fire truck leave. Got to find out later that they did not go to put out a fire, but they went out to prevent a disaster. And I take this opportunity to commend the fire officers and their leader, their chief, at the Sateers Fire Station, and to also commend the fire chief overall, for instilling that sort of a caring attitude within his team, and by extension, the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of National Security, because without their kind of leadership, what they did in Mount Rose, BJ, just going to Grenville just after the Seventh Adventist Church, the entire roadway for about 50 meters, I understand, was covered in red gravel. So one truck would have dropped it, and apparently somebody called the fire people, and they came.
Remove it?
They did not wash it off, which would have been the easiest way to do it. BJ, from what I understand, the guys took their time and swept it out with brooms.
Andre, we have good policemen.
No, see, and that they must, Akins and the rest of the guys, they have to be commended for that. Akins is your boy in Riverside, isn't he? Yeah.
My neighbor.
Your neighbor, good. They have to be commended for that. Because they didn't just get there, from what I understand, and just wash it off. No. They took their time, placed cones, had the lights flashing, and they swept it away from the road.
Because this could have caused a disaster.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't go to stop one. Well, they went to stop one from happening. Because imagine you come there, BJ. It's down in the coho down there.
Exactly. Somebody riding a bike or something. Try to apply the brakes, he just goes.
So the first thing is I commend the person who called it in, because they would have understood what had happened. And then, of course, double commendation goes to the fire officers and I really believe that you see them, or you can stop by and just say, hey guys, thank you very much, and thanks for doing that. Write a letter and send it off to the fire chief, to the commissioner of police, saying, hey, I want to commend these guys. And really, I mean, words aren't enough, BJ. To speak to what they did.
Well, let's face it, man. Sometimes we dwell on the negative things too much, and we blind ourselves to the positive things. And when people do things for praises, Andre, we should be the first to put our hands up in there and say, hang on, brethren.
Yeah.
You know, appreciate it, you know.
Man.
And not every time you sit down and just wait for somebody downfall or the police to make a mistake and you jump on it like, you know, you want to kill everybody. Well, Andre, the world not really go so. People who does things will make mistake from time to time, you know. And the police in general in our country, though they don't charge me regularly, they good.
They're good.
They're good.
They're good. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm all right.
12th of July. The next announcement you're hearing.
What's that?
The next announcement in the convention. What we're looking for, you know, we just think together. 12th of July's election.
12th of July's election?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You just keep me to your brother. The 12th of July.
What? You know, we like Tuesday.
Well, yeah, Tuesday.
We give them 3 months notice and election.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. You're good. I rest my case.
I forecasting.
Yeah, okay. I hear you, brethren. 12th of July.
I know the boss.
Okay.
I know the boss. And the boss, he will let Carnival pass on me have election.
Okay. 12th of July.
I see 12th of July.
Okay.
One of them.
One love.
Right.
Well, look at that. Well, look
I'm
at that.
announce the date.
12th of July.
Sure, man.
Yeah. But, wow. Somebody saying here, Gary had land for the landless, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Today, we must identify land for marijuana, land for sugarcane, and farmers must start thinking like cane corn renegade.
Andre, I mean, Andre, that's the approach.
Yeah.
You have to process this stuff. Look at Kinko. I mean, Andre, they are making a product. The longer it stays, the more value that is added to it, you know. You leave it for 5 years, and the price would be different for how you sell it at 2 or 3 years.
Someone asked me on the live yesterday, I mean, where can they buy a bottle of rum from Renegade? And I'm like, I don't think it's available here.
The thing is that, Andre, the market base is so small.
Yeah.
The objective aren't to produce rum for this market.
And that is why, you know, we had we were telling people that over and
Andre,
over.
I kind of glad I never had set out to make rum for Grenadians to drink.
No, man.
I set out to make rum to export it to get foreign currency.
But then again, BJ, what is important here? That rum that they're making, that not for man to sit down and shop and fet on.
No, it's something to savor.
Yeah.
You just take a little sip and
you're good.
You get high in a way that you cannot come back.
Yeah, no.
The objective was to make people get high in the most profound way. So you make this rum and you sell it at exorbitant price for people abroad.
Yeah.
And take the money and bring back here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Donald.
What's happening, brother?
And good morning, Mr. DJ.
Morning, boss.
So I just touching this morning because agriculture is not so much on it.
No, man, agriculture is always there. Don't worry that. You know, we had a little diversion with Mr. Bowler, but agriculture is always there.
Okay, man. I just tuning for.
All right, then. Yeah. So what love?
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Bless, you know.
All right.
Thank you.
BJ, God bless you.
Yeah, man. Take care.
All right,
one love, you know.
Yeah, good.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first.